Here's a starter pack that you should choose in NBA 2K23 MyTeam. So you've probably seen the screen right here if you've loaded up MyTeam with Ja Morant, Jimmy Butler, and Joel Embiid, and which one you're gonna pick between the three. Well, I've gone ahead and picked all three on separate accounts to show you guys what the Evo challenges are and the stats that you could be looking at for each of these, potential starter packs that you would want to get, and which one you think is going to be the easiest for you to start. And I'll tell you, I guess, my opinion on it. So the first one that we have here is on the first account, which has the wonderful Ja Morant. Now, for all three Evos, the first one's super simple. To go from Emerald to Sapphire, you only need to score 6 points with all three of them, which you can actually do in that first clutch time game that they force you to play. So right after you pick your starter card, you'll actually be put into a single player clutch time game, and you'll actually have to just play it. So what I highly recommend is scoring 6 points with your whatever Evo card that you decide to pick. But for Ja Morant right here, you have two different upgrades. You have defense and shooting. The defense one requires 150 points and 5 steals, and the shooting requires 150 points and 25 3-pointers, which, all around isn't too bad, I think, for either guy. But you can see for Ja Morant, you're going to get some pretty good boosts, obviously, to your defense. Interior, perimeter, lateral quickness all go up. You get a better block, a better steal of an 83, which is actually pretty good, and a high strength. And I've heard from a lot of the park guys and a lot of the early players that a high strength is pretty crucial to the game, which can be pretty nice. But you also get some, badges along with that. Silver Challenger, no clue what that does. Clamps and glove both on bronze, along with Menace. Silver Interceptor, off-ball pass, pick dodger as well. So all around, a pretty good Evo if you want a more all-around Ja Morant card, because he's already a pretty good slasher. He can shoot all right. He's a good playmaker. But if you want to add a little bit of defense to it, you can do that. For a shooting upgrade, it's pretty simple. Just up in the free throw, 3-point shot, and mid-range all go into the low 80s. And you will also get some badges like Bronze Agent 3, Silver Amped, Blinders, Catch and Shoot, Claymore, Bronze Clutch Shooter, Silver Comeback Kid, Corner, Green Machine, Bronze Guard Up, Midi Magician, which is a pretty fun one, Slippery Off Ball, and Space Creator. So all around, some pretty good Evos. If I had to pick, I think the defense one is a little bit better in terms of what it actually gives Ja Morant. It's a little bit more difficult with those 5 steals. So if you literally just want to get all 3 Ruby Evo cards, I think the best bet's probably just to go with shooting, because 25 3-pointers is 75 points just right off rip. That's half of the 150 that you need. So it's a pretty easy Evo versus 5 steals, although I don't think they're actually that difficult to get this year. For some people, it can give you some trouble, but obviously this is only one of the 3 options. Let's hop in and check out Jimmy Butler's. All right, so here we are on the Jimmy Butler account. We can go over to card evolution. You can see this is the general thing you're going to get when you go. You can just see with Jimmy Butler, it's a total of 6 points. So with Jimmy's Evo, he actually does get up to an 80 block. He gets an 84 steal, some better perimeter. That actually goes up to an 86. It's pretty huge. A lot better lateral quickness and that general stuff. And he does actually get some pretty decent badges, mostly in finishing and defense, including Silver Clamps, which is huge. And Jimmy actually has a pretty crazy jumper, pretty unguardable. He kind of leans back. But once you Evo Jimmy Butler, it's going to give you the 2 options that are available afterwards for him, because this one's just kind of a balance. And you get playmaking and shooting. So Jimmy's actually one of the easier ones to Evo in the game. A lot of people were speculating that, you're going to have to get steals with Jimmy, but you actually have to get steals with Ja, not Jimmy. So the playmaking upgrade, 150 points and 25 assists. That will actually take a little bit of time, but when you do that, you'll get a better driving layup, a bit better ball handle, which actually goes up to an 86 for Jimmy. Better speed ball, better acceleration, a better vertical, better passing vision, and actually better offensive consistency, which is pretty good. Ankle breaker, bailout, dimer, clamp breaker, all for silver badges, and I've heard clamp breaker is a really good badge. Bronze floor general, silver handles, hyperdrive, killer combos, quick first step as well. All really good badges, and again, another way to kind of round out Jimmy Butler. He's not really going to be all that great at shooting threes, but he's going to have a midi, he's going to have defense, and now he's going to have some speed and playmaking and even better finishing, which is really good. But then his shooting Evo, obviously 150 points and 25 3-pointers like we've talked about. Doing this upgrade, you'll already get half of your points just from doing your threes, so it's a pretty all-around good one. And you can see it actually gives you some good boosts. Better driving layup of 4, which is, pretty good. Better draw foul, better close shot, but a 15 better in the mid-range for Jimmy Butler, which is absolutely massive, up to an 84, and plus 13 in a 3-point shot to go to a 79. It's not quite 80, but with a coach booster too, you can get that up to an 80. It'll be pretty good. Also gets a boost in speed, ball, acceleration, vertical, and offensive consistency, even higher than the playmaking one. And then you get amped, blinders, catch and shoot, claymore, clutch shooter, comeback kid, Green Machine, Midi Magician, Slippery Off Ball, and Space Trader. And you also keep that nice silver clamps you already have on Jimmy Butler. So honestly, I think the shooting one might be the way to go for Jimmy. Yes, you can get that playmaking and stuff like that, but you get a really good 3-and-D option, I think, out of this Jimmy Butler card that most people are probably gonna want on their lineup. He's got a pretty good jumper. Now you have a 79 shot three, almost an 80. Pretty good, decent enough playmaking, call it pretty good, and really good finishing. So I think for a shooting guard, you're gonna have a really nice kind of 3-and-D option. Can really help in domination, clutch time, any sort of mode they're gonna be playing right now, especially even off the bench if you get some better guys. So in my opinion, Jimmy Butler is kind of sneaking up there as one of the best options to have, just because he is going to be great as a first option with it just kind of broken jumper, if we're being honest, but pretty good. But obviously, you have one more card to check out, and that is Joel Embiid. So let's do that right now. All right, and here we are on the Joel Embiid account. Obviously, you can see I've already finished those 6 points. That way I can show you guys what the upgrades are. And this general one will give you a 75 3-point shot with Joel, which is pretty good. A nice 78 midi. He has better block, a better defensive consistency, better offensive consistency as well. It actually gets a few badges, which are pretty nice. Drop Scepter, Dreamstake, Brown's Bully, Silverback Down Punisher, which got a bit of a change. Masher, which is interesting. Anchor, Box Out Beast, some pretty nice badges. But we're obviously going to evo him up. We can't just let Joel sit here as an Emerald. We got to get him up to a Sapphire and show you guys what the other two options you have, which are Playmaking and Athletic. So playmaking is 150 points and 25 assists for Joel Embiid, and the other is 25 dunks and 150 points. I can already tell you which one's gonna be a little bit easier. So with Joel, with this playmaking one, you get a bit better of a 3-point shot up to a 78, a better free throw, a better ball handle, although it's not gonna be too much of a difference. Better draw foul, better driving layup, will increase his pass accuracy, his speed with ball, his offensive consistency, and his pass vision. The thing that we don't boost too much is that speed itself. Then he'll get Silver Bully, Silver Rise Up, Silver Catch and Shoot, Silver Claymore, Green Machine, Bailout, Break Starter, Bronze Dimer, Silver Needle Threader, which is pretty nice, and Bronze Unblockable. And I'm a pretty big fan, I think, of centers that play make a little bit. I don't think that this early in the game I need a playmaking center. I feel like with how good getting into the paint, getting finishes, offensive rebounding is right now, getting a guy that can do a lot of that is generally a better option. Then we have the athletic one, which we will boost up his driving layup, his offense and defensive rebound. The defensive will go up to a 79, and his offensive, I think, will go up to a 75, if I'm not mistaken. Standing dunk up to an 85, driving up to an 80, better speed with ball, better acceleration, and a better vertical up to a 75, which is pretty huge right now. And we get Silver Aerial Wizard, Silver Posterizer, and Silver Pogo Stick. So, you know, some trade-offs. So with the playmaking one, obviously it's not the biggest of boosts to Joel Embiid, but you will get some better playmaking, obviously, out of him, a little bit better in the speed with ball, a little bit better ball handle. He can shoot a little bit better, but a 75, still good for Joel. And then with the athletic one, and you get a lot of badges. With the athletic one, you won't get as many badges, but you can still have a pretty athletic, pretty good finishing, a better speed Joel Embiid, which is pretty nice. So I would lean towards the athletic out of here, just like I would lean towards defense with Ja, and lean towards shooting with Jimmy. So of the three, I gotta say, I personally think that Joel is probably the one that you should save till last. If you're looking for the easiest and I think the best starter pack, it's got to be Jimmy Butler. A lot of people were saying Ja Morant to pick him up, but after actually looking at the evos, I think Jimmy's going to be one of the easier ones. He's going to be one of the better ones, and all around is going to be a great card. Your second option, I think, for an easy one is going to be Joel. 150 points, 25 dunks. That's super easy considering most of Joel's points are going to come in the paint. And then Ja Morant, I think you could save for last, just because he is good, and I've been getting absolute buckets with him on my main account. But 5 steals for, I think, the better evo does take a little bit. So in my opinion, I think you should go Jimmy, Joel, and Ja, or Jimmy, Ja, Joel, depending on how you want it. I didn't realize how many J's were in these 3 starter packs, but let me know which one you guys are going to go with down in the comment section below after watching this video. Like the video if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video.